guys, welcome to the third video of my D90 build. Things haven't gone quite according to plan. As you can see, I'm sitting here with my bottle of Bronco Stop cough mixture and my trusty mentholyptus because over the last 3 weeks I've had quite a stinking cold and a really nasty cough. So the build video that I was going to do hasn't quite gone to plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the finished vehicle because it's all completed and done now, if you'll just excuse my puppy down here that's whinging because his mum's just gone out, and show you some of the things that I've actually done and some of the problems that I actually had because the build didn't go quite according to plan. It wasn't as straightforward as I hoped it was going to be. So without further ado, the unveiling, da, 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 da. There she is. As you can see, she is 90% finished. There are still a few little things that I want to add to her. She has a winch attached at the front, but that's not actually wired in at the moment. The plan is to actually wire that in to a separate battery, which I don't have, so I'm looking for help where that's concerned. There's also another few little things that are missing. I've got some stickers that are on order that have Landrover and Defender on there, and they also have the little metal badge to replace this paper one that's on here. So there's a couple of little things on there, but all in all, now I've actually finally got it mounted, which was the biggest problem that I had. I am absolutely over the moon. Like I say, I had a couple of little issues, and we'll take a look at the finer detail. One of the main details that I actually had a problem with was mounting it. This is the G-Made sawback chassis that I got from Mike Worthington, and it's the one that was originally on my F350, Ford F350, which you'll probably see on one of my videos. Brody, don't knock that tripod. And I don't know, there was just something about it. The good thing about the F350 was I had a magnet mount at the front there, and I had two body posts that came through the flatbed at the back, which I then covered with a load bed with some little accessories and things like that on. Couldn't do that with this because, as you can see, the back is all enclosed. So I tried various ways to mount it. Had a few sleepless nights trying to fathom it out, had a few false starts, but we got there in the end, and I'll show you what I did. What I actually did was, if I find my trusty spot, oh look at that, there's a picture there. What I actually did was, there are two hex bolts, there and there, and they actually go in to a little thing I put on the back chassis, which I will show you in a moment. So I will just get my extension, because I didn't get my extension. Well, I can use the one out of this, can't I? There we go. Now then, let's undo it, and I will show you exactly what I mean. The bolts are quite long because I wanted to make sure that the body didn't come off. So I'll put that there. We'll move that onto there. Get that onto the table because I don't want to scratch the body. Remove the chassis, the shell, I mean, the cab. There we go. Right, I'm going to grab the camera, and then I'll show you around exactly what it was I actually did. So bear with me 1 second. Right, this was the first problem that I had, is here. I didn't want any pegs coming up through the front because I don't know why, I hate to see body pegs. If you've seen my Marauder, which is there, you'll know that there are actually two body pegs that actually come through the bonnet, and I can actually show you on there actually. Two body pegs there, but I've actually disguised them by putting a tow hitch. And the other two body pegs are actually underneath that. So you can see them under there. Again, so that they're nice and hidden. And the same with this one. There's a magnet holding it in there at the bottom, and then the two body pegs are actually underneath this this thing here, this false bed, which I've actually got the video of me making on there. So that's what I wanted to do. Now originally I brought some rare earth magnets from YouTube, neodymiums, because I was told that they would be strong enough. They weren't. I originally had them on top of these body posts here, with two magnets attached, and then two little metal plates in there where the magnets would fit. They didn't hold it as well as I wanted. Front, as you can see, I've got three neodymium magnets there. I've also got this metal Meccano plate, and also a couple of neodymium magnets on the inside to make this magnetic. That holds very, very well. That actually holds superbly. Wouldn't hold the back. So, in the end, what I did was drilled a couple of holes through there, and some rather large screws that you can see there, and that actually mounted it. Now on the inside, you can see it does look a bit of a mess, because I'm actually going to be spraying all this black anyway at one point, but I've actually run out of paint, and I'll probably do this as well, probably with waterproofing, get some waterproof spray to spray all this to protect the lights. The lights were a little bit of a disappointment. I like lights on my vehicle, but they didn't actually leave any holes for the lights. You got a tiny one that was there, and even the headlights I had to drill out to actually make the hole big enough to fit the LED in, and these are blanks. And as you can see, if I look on the inside, there are no holes there at all for lights, and it was the same at the back. These two there are just pegs. That's all they are. They're just pegs where the lights actually, light shells fit in. What I had to do was, for the back light, which you can't see because it's actually in the cab, which is that one there, I had to hollow that out, drill a hole actually into the body big enough to get the light through, and then place that on the top. And the reversing lights, as you can see, are just straightforward plain LEDs, which you'll see. I've got a little video of that, which I'll add on to this one. Did have to take a little bit off the inside of the body itself. That was just to cover over the gearbox. Managed to get all the electrics in. The electrics are actually wired up so that I have brake, headlights, side lights, brake lights and reverse lights. Again, which you'll see on the video very shortly. So here you can see the back of the truck, and you can see the brake and stop lights there. There, as you can see, when I stop, the brake lights light up, and then we've got reverse lights for when I reverse. Right, this is inside. You can see a little bit of the detailing I've got. We've got a water bottle down there, which is actually made from a glue stick. And I got that idea from a guy called Sata Rotors, who has an amazing channel on YouTube, which I will excuse me, add a link. Oh, you can see the water bottle better there, look on the screen, which I will actually add a link to at the end of this video. In the back we have a Hot Wheels Chevy Blazer, which I've customised, took apart and painted, and also made my own, let me get that better from the back there, my own 110 scale there we go. My own 110 scale transmitter control stick. So to actually fit that, and then there's a couple of little ropes, and some fuel cans and various other bits and bobs in there, just to add a little bit of realism. So the only thing now is to go out and test it, and that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to take it out for its first proper test run. I've played with it in the living room, but I'm going to take it out for its first proper test run, and we'll see how we get on. So, see you outside in a minute. Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Unfortunately, I wasn't out as long as I wanted to be because it's bloody cold. It's a bit nippy out there today, and I was only out for about an hour or so, and I was coughing that bad. I thought I was going to bring up a lung, so I decided to call it quits. There's plenty of time for me to test her out. But as you can see, really pleased. She did very well. I've now got the tyres dirty, which I'm very, very happy about, and also brought quite a bit of mud home with me. But yeah, all in all, very, very good. Meant to say earlier on, the one thing that I would say is I actually cut the pegs off these windows, and I can now see why they're on there. It does make them easier to fit. so I was wrong about that. But I think that's about it. So if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask me, please feel free to do so in the comments section. And I hope you did enjoy that. And don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you like the video. And I'll see you next time with more RC adventures from myself, RC Steve B. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.